Well, welcome to a wonderful evening out here at the River House. There's been so much that's gone on. I'm not sure where to start. Oh yeah. All of the 22-foot ceilings. They've been sheeted. So that's really nice. The ceilings in the master and Shay's bedroom are in. So this one here at its peak is just under 22 feet, and those are at their peak. They're like, I don't know, 16, 15, something like that. So all the high ceilings have been done. I'm not saying it's perfect, but we managed to get that seam where the two sloped wall, or the sloped and the flat ceiling meet. We managed to get it. It's okay. It's okay. It's actually not really that bad. Certainly by the standards of the man who put it up there. It's just fine. Almost all of the electrical has been double checked and put back together with, outlets, at least tying the runs together, and then outlets at the end of the runs. The furnace intake and vent, they're both in. I have the black iron pipe ordered. Well, I left the sheets with the hardware store. One presumes they want my money, so they'll finish that order. But that's in. I'm gonna have to do a separate video on the well, but there's the well pump, Fab Tech. Let's see here. I did this one right here. So we figure we're pumping just under 200 feet from the wellhead to the highest fixture. Actually, we might be like 210 to the shower nozzle upstairs. So this pump here will do just under 10 gallons per minute at 200 feet. So that's the one that I went with. One horse right there. They have this one here, pumps an awful lot more water, but she hits quite a wall at 150 feet. Anyways, that was quite a thing, because when it came, I was missing this half of my box. It's around here somewhere. The pump was in it, and they had just folded it over and taped it, but the whole bottom end of the box had been ripped off. Well, it turns out that's where this resides. I couldn't run the well. And when I called the company, the fastest way to fix the problem, they sent me an entirely new well. So there's a well pump in there, and that's how I got the control box. I guess I can't complain too much. But look at that. We're running a 3/4 inch water line wide open down over the bank, and she's holding 50 psi. And ooh, I was gonna say, look, no drips, but there, oh, right there, I got one drip. I'll have to deal with that. But nothing in the house. Just so this valve's off. Just well pumped down. I just shut the well off. When we fired that pump up, it hadn't been run, or that nothing had been pumped out of that well in a good 10 years. So she ran pretty rusty water there for the bit, and of course all that ended up in the pressure tank. So I've got it off, and I'll let it drain completely out, and then I'll turn it back on and go on with the video. Wow. We're down to 40 psi. Pushing some air out too, apparently. Here's the furnace. Exhaust inlet. Seems relatively clean. I think we did a fine job. Maybe put a block or something behind that one. Danny got this cleaned out. We've got a bunch more pea gravel to put in here and make it a little more out there she wants to get, but a little more pleasant down in here. Obviously Shay's ladder. The siding is holding up okay. We definitely rushed it in terms of going from a tree to siding. But many of our trees had aged. But you can see pitch beads on some of it, but it is so hot here. Oh, I know, not for you guys in Texas and other places, but for us, a solid week near 100 this early in the year. Eesh. We're just not used to it. Nice. Boy, it changes things. And it was, I won't say it was easy. I'll put some time lapse of us. We put the drywall jack with the extension on that platform and screwed it down. And then we would slide those planks over and lift the sheetrock up through. Well, I guess it just stuck up through. And then Danny and my mother and Shay would move the things from down there. Dad rode the platform and ran the jack. And then I came in on one of the baker scaffoldings and would jump across and put them up. You know, like I said, by the standards of the fella who put it up there, the framing, it went fantastic. Shay and Grandma have been working on this, so that's the siding for his room. I could not get him to stop. He was just moody and going and wanted to do it, so I turned him loose on painting it all. I'm using a water-based poly, just doing one heavy coat. It soaks in pretty much. Done. I just wanted the ability to maybe clean it. But yeah. It was a good lesson. Because he sure thinks Dad's not going fast enough on this. So the boy sat there with a paintbrush and painted all day. And he only got a handful of boards done. I was like, yeah. Now you understand, bud. So, nah, he's fine. God, look at this. Look at this view. Fantastic. Yep, and then this ceiling is done. In between, Danny and I got this bathroom ceiling in and then plasticed. I'm just using scraps used to cover our window holes. So this fiberglass, God, if you can get the rock wool, use the rock wool, guys. Wow. I like it so much better. But this is R19 fiberglass. And so there is a row of R19 that runs this way, a row of R19 that runs that way, and a second row of R13, but the joints line up. So it's got a 90-degree cross, and then it's got a blanket over the top of it. And then back over here is R45 rock wool at 90 degrees. So this stuff is actually insulated a little better than that in there. But it's good enough. It's good enough. There's no way in now. No way in now. It is what it is. So once again, I got to say thanks to everybody. I couldn't have got it done without the help. I think Danny wants me to just, everybody left. Mom and Dad went back home. They've been staying in their camper here. I think they needed a break. Danny wants me to just go back home. But there's more to do. So I suspect I'm about to throw on a audio book and burn through a little sheetrock. Of the 102 sheets I moved up in, there's 18 here and 10 in another room. That's what's left. Went fast. Went fast. Yeah, she's going to be mad at me, but I'm going to go burn some sheetrock. Okay, that's it. I think before I go, because I know I'll forget, this is an air duct, so I'm going to go ahead and, I can't get both sides, but I'm going to silicone the inside and seal it up, because at least I know I can do that much. Yeah, and then we're going home. I'm going home. So, I don't know, it was such a whirlwind. So many things got done. Again, couldn't have done it without Mom and Dad and Danny, and I appreciate you watching. See you next time.